Before I became a writer, I had the idea that I was going to be an actor. I figured, how many fat guys are there out there that can actually act? So I decided to take a few acting classes, being the true professional that I am. Now, it must be said, the acting class that I joined was really mostly for professionals, which I certainly wasn't at the time. We were given scenes to work on with our acting partner, and every week we would present the scene to the rest of the class and to the acting coach, who didn't give a fuck about your delicate sensibilities one iota. So, the first scene I presented, I was there acting my little heart out, waving my hands, histriotics were flying, and he stopped me cold. And he said, "Paulie, I want you to do something." I said, "What?" He said, "I want you to look at your hands." So I did. I held them up, looked at them, and he said, "Paulie, I want you to say to your hands, you are not actors." And then I kind of got the message, because I was waving my hands around like I was back in the old country, having an argument over a shotgun or a woman, maybe both. As the class progressed, I started to notice a difference between the professionals and the few other students who were there trying to reach that lofty height. And it was simply this: the professionals were way, way better. In fact, they performed some scenes that I'd seen in movies better in this little acting studio than I remember seeing on the big screen. And I thought, now why is that? Why are they able to do it? How are they making me believe? And then one day the acting coach came in and he started talking to us. And then he said something really strange that gave me the answer to that question. He was looking at us and he said, "Oh, a character inside me says you guys are bored." And I was like, wait a second, a character inside you? And then it hit me. The characters that you embody as an actor never leave. That's right. There's some sort of like perma-migrant that takes up residence in you till the day you die. And the acting coach confirmed this. He said all the great actors are either in therapy, on drugs, or both, without exception. And I learned in my later years that this was in fact 100% true. So that's kind of why I migrated into writing, because I realized I didn't want those characters living inside me. When I put my pen down, I put the characters down. Yeah, they lived inside me, but they were a better neighbor, shall we say. They weren't always clamoring for attention, trying to come to the forefront and showing up when I was dating a woman or in a fine restaurant and taking over, and before you know it, you're calling the waiter Frigmore and talking to the woman across from you as though you'd already fucked her, even though you haven't yet, and she's kind of giving you a side eye, and you're not even on drugs. But writing's a different thing. I really only ever had one Hollywood experience, and it was enough for me. The one experience I had, well, let's just say the word notes has become for me a dirty word. The first time I read them, I was thinking, who the fuck are you to tell me what to write? You come to the understanding that the people with money think that just because they have money, that somehow turns them into creative geniuses whose opinions carry artistic weight based upon the amount of money in their bank accounts, when nothing could be further from the truth. And then you get that other note where they want to get little Ricky, their son, into the movie. Well, last I looked, the movie isn't called Turd Comes to Life, because if it was, sure as hell we could find little Ricky a starring role. First of all, when you meet the little prick, he's dumber than a box of rocks. His acting ability can best be described by the word inert. I mean, really, Ricky, what do you bring into the role? Where do these great acting chops come from? When your experience of life is just this side of marble, I bet the only thing you're good for is playing corpse number 68, who dies horribly in the first reel. electroshocked by PAs with cattle prods, so at least we get some verisimilitude when you fake that zombie death. But then I was quietly taken aside by another producer who informed me that if I wished to get paid, I just shut the fuck up and do what I was told to do. And you know what I did? I took a short check and left that day. Before I left, I told that producer, "Who the fuck are you to use your wallet to try and crush someone's creativity? You fucking scrotum? You a proctolagniac?" And just in case you're wondering what that means, it's someone who's sexually stimulated by his own or someone else's flatulence. Never let it be said you left that Paulie's company without at least a new word to spark your day.
I'm Paulie Falcone, father to the lovely Floria. I make my first appearance in Eyes of the Beholder, now available for free at swindaniels.com.